it's been a while since I've done a book review. Obviously I was moving house and I just have not had time to record a video, although I think it's the first time ever. I know I've definitely done a triple before, but this time I'm doing a quadruple. It's 4 books, although 2 of them I don't have here to show you the covers, but the other 2 I do. So let's see, what was the first one I read? The first one I read was, it was called, I think I remember the title, just not the author actually. It was an anti-racism one. It was called Me and White Supremacy. It's quite a famous anti-racist book, so you might well have heard of it or maybe even read it yourself. Combat racism, change the world and become a good ancestor. And it's by Layla Saad. I'm not sure if I've pronounced that right, but it looks like it's spelled like Sayad. So yeah, Layla Saad. Me and White Supremacy. Now this was an interesting book to read. I do try my best to try and be a good ally to other cultures, so to other races, but also, also to other sexualities and trans people, just everyone really, because I think everybody deserves to be treated nicely. So if I can help those people, then I will try my best in my more privileged position than them as a cis white female. So I think it's the second kind of anti-racist book I've read. I kind of got more into trying to learn more about it after the whole Black Lives Matter thing a couple of years ago. I wanted, based on that and a lot of the media and stuff that was around that I was reading, I wanted to see how I could be better as a white person to fight against anti-racism. So I have to admit, I kept putting off reading this book because I knew it was going to maybe be hard going and could be difficult to stomach maybe. And I think I feel more positive about the book now than I did when I actually finished it. It's laid out really good. I really like how it is. It's based on, she's made it like a 30-day challenge. I didn't do it like that. I just read it through, but at the end of each chapter there was little reflective questions to answer, and I did do all of those, apart from any that I wasn't really sure that they applied to myself, or I wasn't sure what my answers would be. So I did do the book as properly as I can. I just didn't do it over 30 days. I did it over less. It was really enlightening, because it did help me learn more of kind of the language around anti-racism, like privilege and like supremacy, and also things like tone policing as well, which was something I didn't know about. So it's really good in expressing all of that. It definitely did make me feel uncomfortable in places, mainly because I did kind of feel like it seemed in the book that whatever you did as a white person seemed to be wrong, even if you were apparently trying to help. So I had conflict about the book. It was really good to read, and I learnt so much from it, and I'm certainly not putting my experience as worse than a black person's or anything like that, but I did find it quite confronting in that way. But on reflection, and this is at least a week after I've read it, I kind of see more what she was saying on the chapters, which seemed like they were positive things, but she saw them as negative. I can't remember the exact terminology that she used, but it was things about like kind of trying to be an ally, but kind of wanting to show it off. And it did make me question myself, because I was like, well, have I done that? And when I've reflected on it, I'm saying it now, but at the time, I went to a Black Lives Matter protest, admittedly only one, but I was very aware not to take photos and post them over social media, which is something I normally would do when I go to some sort of protest, but this time I did not. And also during that time, and this I really didn't tell anybody, but I made some donations to black charities as well. So I think there are definitely things I could do better with, which I've now learnt through reading that book, but I'm also doing some things right, which does relieve me a little bit, because it makes me feel like, oh, at least I'm heading in the right direction, and it's something I'm going to continue to try and learn about, especially probably in the new year. Try and see how I can fight anti-racist, how I can be more anti-racist in my everyday dealings, and also consume more black media, because one of the things was, the majority of the books you read or the TV you watch with white people, and when I thought about it, they probably are, so I will try my best to try and open that up more. So yeah, I had quite a lot to say about that book. The second book I read, I really didn't like, so I don't really have anything to say about it very much. That one was called, and I had to bring that back quickly because lots of people have been reserving it, and I had to bring it back because I've been reserved, so I had to read it. It was a book called This Women's Work, Essays on Music, and it's exactly that. It was different females writing about music, which sound right up my street, but unfortunately I didn't really like the way it was written, so I had to skim read loads of it because it was just going completely over my head. So sorry, but this women's work was not for me, sadly. I'm going to quickly do the last two now, which I do have the covers because I'm bringing them back today. I've read both of these very quickly because I'm still trying to get to that target on my Goodreads, but seeing as there's only tomorrow left, I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm on 62 now, or 62 or 63 out of 75, but I've only got one day left, so I can't see me reading that many, like 9, 10 books or whatever in the space of now and tomorrow. So I'll go over these quickly. So I can't even pronounce the whole title. But this one I really enjoyed. It was called I Want to Die, but I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. I'm not sure that's how you say it. It's by Bayek Sehi. This was an interesting one. Again, another one with lots of reserves, and I can kind of understand why now. It's a book. It's not actually a non-fiction, and it's basically transcripts of the writer's conversations with her therapist, and they're really, really very insightful, and it kind of makes you feel less alone. So yeah, that's really good. I was going to tell you some of the bits that I've saved from there that I thought were really meaningful, but I'm running out of time to record this video, so so this one I really recommend. So transcripts of a conversation with a therapist, and then the last few chapters are kind of reflections on what she learned through it. So yeah, really good. I really recommend it. It's a Korean writer, so already trying to get my multicultural writers in. And this final one, which I've also read very quickly because I'm trying to read the shorter books I've got to try and see how far I can get to my target. So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say the full title on YouTube, etc. So I will just show you it. Then the subtitles get out of your head and into your life. And it's by Gary Bishop. This was also quite good. It's kind of a self-help book, but it's not too fluffy. The guy actually says from the beginning that he doesn't believe in just thinking positive and stuff, and that everything will be fine. It kind of is kind of positive, the book. I did enjoy it. Lots of good advice in there. I just felt like there was something missing though. I feel like it could have maybe had some little additional exercises to explore, or just something a little bit more meatier. I liked what he was writing about in the chapters, especially like not having expectations and accepting everything, which is a really good advice. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it short here because I need to start work. But yeah, so that's a quadruple this time. So let me know what you've been reading. I don't think I'll do another video before the new year, but you never know. We'll see if I can fit one more book in in the next day, but I'm not so sure, but we'll see. And I will see you next time, most likely in the new year. So happy new year to you, and I will see you very, very soon, hopefully.